Dante, congratulations. You are so hot these days because of Slothilda, the sloth. Tell me about that.
Thank you, Janelle. Slothilda the Sloth is a webcomic that I started back in 2004 about a sloth who struggles with her innate nature to just sleep and relax all day because she's also an aspiring overachiever. And she's basically inspired by my wife and I because I think we're always dealing with the stress of wanting to be successful, wanting to be perfect. But deep down inside, all we ever want to do is relax, sleep, and eat all day just like a sloth. So that's what Slothilda is. She's basically like an unabashed cartoon role model. And I think she relates to people in a way that other characters don't these days because Slothilda is imperfect. I think all too often we are inundated with perfection. On Instagram, on Facebook, everything's perfect, perfect, perfect. And Slothilda is actually the opposite of that. And she's kind of meant to show you that, yeah, we all want to aspire and achieve to do great in all areas of our life, but anytime you want to relax and just not do anything, like, you shouldn't feel bad about yourself.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Right.
And so that's what Slothilda is meant to do. That's my goal with her.
And that's why I think it's being received widely because people can relate it. Although you, on your personal side, is doing just that, is overachieving. You have an established career in animation. You're an animator with a studio of Fox, which is a very established network as well. But then this is your side hustle that's also booming. Mm-hmm. Tell me how you fought or how you're fighting that sloth in you. You said earlier you just want to rest, but after a long day at work. But how do you motivate yourself to do this side hustle?
Yeah, that's a great question. Working in animation at a studio is hard work. It's a normal job. It's 40 hours a week. Oftentimes it goes past that. And you're right. When I come home from work, I definitely just want to relax, and I do that a lot. I do indulge, but there is that other side, which is represented in Slothilda, that is ambitious. I want to do better. I want to do well. And I guess what motivates me is the desire to do something that I am in charge of creatively. Working in animation is fun, but a lot of the times you're beholden to somebody else at the studio. Like a lot of these cartoons that I work on are not mine. For example, I worked on The Simpsons, and drawing the characters is one thing, but coming up with the jokes and the gags and the storylines is another thing. And that's something I don't have any control over. So what motivates me with Slothilda is having that opportunity to express my story, my jokes, my personality. And that's basically what keeps me going.
And you are on track because there's not too many animators out there that are also book authors. You've just, you released your first book,
yes,
which has been really warmly received by people. So did you expect that kind of reception?
I did not expect that kind of reception. Did I hope for that kind of reception? Definitely. I made these comics to amuse myself and my friends, and I had hoped that maybe people from outside that circle would be drawn to it. But there were definitely doubts. I get so self-conscious, as I'm sure a lot of people do, with the work that I do and the things that I put out there on the internet. But luckily, and knock on wood, people were drawn to it.
And at what point did you realize that, whoa, this is big, this has legs, this can stand on its own?
I think I realized it had legs when my work first appeared on a website called Board Panda. And Board Panda is a website where people share viral content, videos, memes, images, things like that. And the way Board Panda works is people can vote on articles, on links, or whatever it is. And from that point, that's when I started getting phone calls and emails from agents and publishers, and they were inquiring about the rights to the book and the idea, and people wanted to turn it into something, and it ultimately led to this published book.
Now you're on your way to writing a second book.
Yes.
There are deals with some toy manufacturers and merchandise perhaps. We will be talking about that because now I want to ask you about your two lives, as an animator in a studio or as a book author with your own character, with your own stuff. Will you be choosing one or the other anytime soon? Just your thought process on that when we return on the show. Don't go away.